Hello guys, it's Eugene813, and I haven't done a video in a while. Well, a hockey video in a while. I was thinking around maybe I should do a video, and then I realized I haven't done a hockey video in a while. So I decided to do one now, after the Centennial Classic, of course. The Winter Classic, although I didn't see the Winter Classic because I was at appointment. And anyway, we'll start off with the Centennial Classic. Classic it was. The Leafs, they fall down 1-0 over 2 periods, and you think, it's going to be a crappy game with almost no goals. And then the third period happened. Sorry, I have a pain in my stomach. Anyway, the third period happens, and the Leafs just explode, score 4 goals in the third, take a 4-1 lead. A 4-1 lead is safe, right? When you got the Leafs, right? Right? Well, Eriksson scores 4-2, makes it 4-2. And you think, okay, that's no good. And then Dylan Larkin, as the extra attacker, scores 4-3. And then, with 0.7 of a second left, Anthony Mantha, who scored the first goal for Detroit, ties the game. 4-4. It is just 2013 all over again. Blowing a 3-goal lead in the third period. And then, overtime happens. After Morgan Rielly misses a breakaway, Austin Matthews takes a puck off the end boards and backhands it over Corot, who's only made like 3 starts before this, and wins the game for the Leafs. 2 points, 41 points overall in 36 games. And now the Leafs, after 5 in a row, are actually in somewhat of a playoff race. Now, do I expect them to make the playoffs? No. But they could make the playoffs, you know. Anyway, about them making the playoffs. In the division standings, we have the Metropolitan Division. Columbus, who has won 15 consecutive games, is in first. Pittsburgh in second, 1 point behind. Rangers in third with 53 points. The top 3 teams in the NHL are in the Metropolitan Division right now. Anyway, Washington in 4th, 49 points. Philadelphia 5th, 45 points. Carolina 6th with 39 points. New York Islanders, just having a horrid year, 7th, 36 points. And then New Jersey, who a lot of people thought were actually going to make the playoffs, 35 points. Just not good enough for them. In the Atlantic, big surprise, Montreal in first, 50 points. Ottawa in second with 44 points. Boston in third with 44 points. Tampa Bay in fourth with 42 points. Toronto in fifth with 41 points. Florida in sixth with 40 points. Detroit, with 25 seasons in a row making the playoffs, are at 37 points. Things are not looking too good for Detroit. And Buffalo at 34 points. They're out of it. And Toronto, it's not impossible, because remember, Boston's in third in the division. Top 3 automatically go to the playoffs. And they have 44 points. The Leafs have 41 points. The Bruins have played 3 more games than the Leafs. And they have 44 points. That's more than doable for the Leafs. And of course they have Tampa Bay, who hasn't been very good because of the Stamkos injury. I don't know how much longer he's going to be injured. They're at 42 points with 38 games played, 2 more than the Leafs. And even then, when you look at the wild card standings, you have the first wild card is Washington with 49 points, and then you got Philadelphia with 45 points. They have 3 more games played, and they only have 4 more points than the Leafs, so they could catch Philadelphia for the wild card for all we know. So they could be a second wild card, or they could be third in the Atlantic Division. It could be a possibility. You never know. Yeah, I mean, the Metropolitan Division, I mean, they're just incredible. I mean, I don't even think there's one Stanley Cup contender in the Atlantic Division. I mean, Tampa, I guess you could say Tampa if they have Stamkos, if they're healthy. I'm sorry, I don't think Montreal's a cup contender. I think their puck luck always runs out in the playoffs. Ottawa is a playoff team. That's all they are. Boston's not even a playoff team. They're where they are because of their goaltending. That's pretty much it. If it wasn't for Tuukka Rask, who got traded for Andrew Raycroft, thanks Ferguson, they'd be done. There'd be no chance. I mean, they're not even a playoff team. I mean, Florida, I don't even know what happened to Florida. Injuries, but the Gallant firing, I don't know. Gallant, I don't know how to say his name. But the Leafs have a decent shot, and even if they don't get to the playoffs, being in a playoff race will be a very good experience for this young and growing team. Anyway, that's the Leafs update. If you look at the league standings, we got Columbus in first, Pittsburgh in second, New York Rangers third, Chicago fourth, who lost the Winter Classic to St. Louis 4-1. Minnesota fifth, who just had a 12-game winning streak snapped by Columbus. Montreal sixth, Washington seventh, San Jose eighth, Anaheim ninth. Anaheim. It is 2013 all over again. A Randy Carlyle team got outshot by 1,000,000 and they still won. Isn't that crazy? St. Louis 10th, Edmonton 11th, Philadelphia 12th, Ottawa 13th, Boston 14th, Tampa Bay 15th, Calgary 16th, Toronto 17th, Los Angeles 18th, Florida 19th. Los Angeles has like an AHL goaltender, Budai. I don't know how they're still in the race. Carolina 20th, Dallas 21st. I don't know what happened to Dallas. I mean, they were looking like they were right on the doorstep of being a Stanley Cup contender. I don't know what happened. Patrick Sharp, just even when he has played, he's not been good enough. Nashville 22nd, Detroit 23rd, Vancouver 24th, Winnipeg. Yeah, Winnipeg with all the Line A's better crowd. Yeah, they're sitting down in 25th. Islanders 26th, Devils 27th, Buffalo 28th. Arizona, who's lost like 7. Sorry, who's lost 7 straight games in 29th. And then finally last we have Colorado with only 25 points. Anyway, that's your league standings update. I hope the Leafs make the playoffs. They probably won't, but they might. And sorry, the camera was off me. And I'll see you next time.